People are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
Hey, we made it.
I'm Eddie Augustine. They call me Eddie Visions. Back in 1989, we got Visions. The venue was actually called Vision Banking Suite. We're from West London. West London was, in those days, a bit stoosh where all the clubs was East London. I used to come and rave in East London. East London was the hub of all the reggae and all the black clubs, really.
Was it hard for you back then, being a sort of a black man owning a club back then?
I don't think it was hard because the area sort of allowed it to happen because nothing much was happening in the area anyway. It's very, very working class and very, urban. The most problem was probably finances, anything. I had a property in Hayes, which I remortgaged. My late partner Wayne, who actually built and this venue with me, he had a property as well. We just remortgaged the properties and put it into Visions.
Over the years, do you lose the excitement or do you get challenged by like...
You get different challenges and different changes. You don't actually lose the excitement because it's actually in you. And if you lost it, I think I would have been out of this game a long time. When we open up, I can probably go to bed 7 in the morning and then get up again by midday and then back in the world again. If I've got any work which is taking place in Visions, then I've got to probably be here at 9 in the morning, so you're looking at about 3 hours sleep. The club looks totally different than it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was mostly for weddings and functions and dances. We had 21 monitors, like those TVs you see out there. We had 21 going right through the venue. And that's what we used to play back the wedding videos. When we filmed a wedding, we filmed the wedding in the church beforehand. Then we go to the park and film them taking photographs. And they come back here and do the speeches and do the meal and everything. So while they're dancing and enjoying themselves or having a meal, we used to show what happened earlier. We used to use the TVs as actual colour show, the light show as well.
What would you like people to remember Visions by? What was your aim? Or has it changed over the year, your aim?
I personally love to entertain people. I've always been that way. I love to see people enjoy themselves. I mean, back in the day when I was running the sound system, it wasn't one of those Jazz Shaka, Metro Downbeat, Jar Warrior. It wasn't one of those sound systems who played in cup clashes and things like that. We were a sound system that played for the people, and it could be anyone. People come here and they enjoy themselves, let themselves go. They don't stand against the wall and you looking at me and I'm looking at you and it's best dress and it's got this makeup on and the nails and all that. People would actually come and let their hair down and actually enjoy themselves.
Gianno Paris Pasley, general manager here. I'm the fire brigade, I'm everything, I'm the host. Yeah, just a dude. Everything we're doing right here is getting beamed out across the world and people are following the trends that are popping off here in East London. I see Ridley Road Market, I've been here by that from day one with my grandma going to Ridley Road Market to buy our bits and bobs. Now being a place where the hipsters go and buy their stuff. People don't really realise that, it's not even open on a Sunday. Back in the day, Caribbean people would be at church, Sunday is church day, so it wouldn't be open on the market on a Sunday. But if it was built for hipsters and if it was built for people that are now walking up and down, it would have been open all week, if you think about it.
Anyone can go and get money, but why are you working here?
I like what's happening here. I think it's a sort of, I feel like I'm in where Richard Branson was in his day, when there was like an epic time, like a revolution taking place. I feel like I'm in a time like that, equivalent to that. At Visions right now, it's like the sort of center, it's the fulcrum, it's that pillar, it's the place, the sort of broadcasting place where I'm seeing everyone from, I'm seeing Hoodman that telling me that this came out of whatever bid and they're local from day one, and I'm seeing hipsters they're from this magazine, that magazine, the editor of that magazine, advertising agencies, and they're all in this, and I'm seeing girls from Chelsea, some more, made on Chelsea, and I'm seeing girls from out of Essex, and everyone's in this place is mixing and blending and having a wicked time.
What have you been doing to sort of like bring the new visions out? What's some of the things you've been doing?
Been breaking hearts, man. Changing what was, there's a lot of people so comfortable in a certain, or think in a certain way. It was almost like a time capsule. The women that were here, time capsule. The cleaners, time capsule. They're still talking the rawest pattern you can find. Security was still searching, like they're searching for guns and knives, but like as if they didn't realize actually, mate, those guys are gone. The drug dealers that you're used to, they're actually in prison, or they're long gone, mate. The people that are here now are they're young, they're trendy, they don't carry guns. A few major moves, but most of it's fine tuning.
I personally found out about this place because of working. Is everything okay with you and the working team? Was there any problems or?
To be honest with you, like when I came in, I found them here. They were already here. I think they were already 4 years, nearly 4 years deep. And they had a really strong relationship with Eddie. In all honesty, speaking openly, I don't know that they're particularly fond of me. I'm quite authoritative when I say what I think, and if I see something shit, I'm gonna say shit. And then if it's not shit, it's not shit. I don't think they were used to someone being in what they called their home, walking around it and pointing fingers and saying this and saying that. I had my ideals of change, and they liked how things were.
They're not here anymore, workers?
Your work is not here anymore, because one of the things I realized, well, when I went around telling people, oh, you know, what are you doing now, Jam? I said, well, you know, I'm managing place with Visions. Oh, work it. Yeah, work it is a night, and it takes place at Visions, but yeah, the club's called Visions. So what had to be done was I had to drop all the in-house nights, all the promoted nights, to allow the club to go back to its bare bones, and then create what is to be known as Visions, or what is now known as Visions. One of the things we did is like stabilize our offering. So whenever you come here, you can rely on it. If I come here from Thursday to Saturday, if I come here, this is what I'm going to get. I can rely on it so much so that I can tell my friend to bring their birthday party here, and I can be so confident in that. Because if you call me and say, yo, G, you know, the place down the south is wicked. They play this, they play that, and if you're dragging me there, right? Because you want to share what you found, and you drag me all the way there. When you get there, they're playing house, or also deep house, and you told me it was hip hop. I'll be like, bro, you know, what? You know, you said it was hip hop, and you know, where's all the girls you talk about? You know, where's all the girls? There's no girls there, man. You know, and it's completely different. You know, you can't depend upon it. So you can't help me grow it. You know, you can't help the club grow. You can't talk about it, because when you come down, you don't know what to expect. So much better to go somewhere where you can know, guaranteed, it's going to be popping.
Who's passed through recently that we might know?
J Electronica. What's they were Hasselhoff's daughter? He's a C. I don't know, it's Caroline or something like that. She said, you know, Caroline. I said, okay, cool. And some guy tapped me and said, hey, man, that's Hasselhoff, David Hasselhoff's daughter. I said, is it? Yeah. And she said, yeah, I'm from LA, you know, and she was in the house. Travis Scott, Leanne Havas, Danny Brown's been there. He actually filmed part of his video, Dip. He filmed part that's filmed here. You
guys have managed to retain your license and your reputation out here. Has that been hard or easy?
Getting a 6 o'clock license, from what I've heard from Eddie, it was a challenge and a half. They gave him a whole year's probation. He went to great lengths and financial costs to throw out any night that would even remotely or maybe, you know, challenge that license. But once it's established, unless you really mess up, you know, you keep it pretty much for the life of the venue. A lot of venues are losing their license for rubbish, like for phone theft and for some like small things that have nothing to do with really how the venue performed in terms of, you know, selling alcohol, protecting people. Sound pollution licenses are going for. You know, these places were boarded up before. People move in the area. Oh, it's cool, it's trendy. You know, even now there's some jokers upstairs who are, you know, complaining and saying music's too loud. You know, texting me at 12 on a bank holiday weekend, Friday night, saying, look, you know, his music's too loud. I'm thinking, bro, go out, man. How old are you? Go out. You came to live in this area because it's trendy, it's happening, it's popping, it's cool. But now you're here, you complain about sound, and sending sound pollution police to come down to the venue to ask about sound. We were here long before you even came here, when you were living in Bristol or wherever you frigging were. You know what I mean?
What's the craziest thing you've seen since you've been here?
There's moments I've been here, whether it's like a lock-in, whether it's a private event, right? Or, you know, not a lock-in or mainstream. Like, there's moments I'm like, whoa, am I in a movie? I'm actually in a movie. Like no one will believe. I'm watching this all take place, and no one will actually believe what I'm seeing. It's like you would not believe it.